MLB Insider Jon Heyman has revealed a major update with the New York Yankees and their negotiations with Juan Soto to bring him back to the Yankees for the rest of his career, while the teams are still trying to work out a deal, and a lot of teams loom and are trying to steal Juan Soto away from the New York Yankees, and we're going to break this down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as always. And guys, I know I say it basically every video, but if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe. 16% of viewers are subscribed right now. If you're enjoying the content, jump to the other side. But let's get down to business, guys. We all know what's going on. Juan Soto's the biggest free agent there's been almost ever, pretty much. And the New York Yankees have made Juan Soto an offer already, but apparently there's some new details to the offer. Hal Steinbrenner might be willing to budge and pay what he has to pay to ensure Juan Soto comes back to the Yankees. Now, this was revealed by Jon Heyman, so let's jump into what Heyman had to say. Now, Heyman mentioned an hour ago at most, the Yankees upgraded their initial bid within the past couple of days to superstar free agent outfielder Juan Soto, perhaps improving their position in a free agent sweepstakes that involves at least 5 big market teams, according to people familiar with the situation. The incumbent Yankees are making it clear that they're resolved to try to retain their top target, but also understand that the well-watched derby is only in the middle innings. There's still a lot of time to go. The situation remains fluid, and any 4 or more teams that are interested still have a chance to win the prize of the winter. Now, understandably, that's the case, and Hal Steinbrenner has an edge of him and Juan Soto had a great meeting together, and Juan Soto liked being on the Yankees. The problem is the existence of Steve Cohen and the Mets. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We all know who the other teams are now. It's the Mets, it's the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and the Dodgers. The Dodgers, even though they signed Blake Snell, are not out on Juan Soto, according to Heyman, and they'll still look to try to land Soto any way possible. Though it just still does not seem likely that Soto will end up on the Dodgers, and if it does, that's just going to be real problematic for the sport, and I don't think too many people are going to watch anymore. Now, I don't think Juan Soto's the type of guy to do that, but also if they pay him the most money, he might. Now, the New York Mets are probably the biggest out to pay the most money, either them or the Toronto Blue Jays, who have very deep pockets, a very rich ownership, and really, really wants to land a star because they got upset that Shohei Ohtani did not go there. I'd say the Blue Jays have the third best chance, but it's really just between the New York Yankees and the New York Mets, if you ask me. Like, is Fenway really going to spend the same amount of money as these other teams after not spending on a big free agent ever, including their own and Mookie Betts? It just doesn't feel likely. I know that they want to. I don't believe that they're actually going to do it. It's between the Yankees and the Mets. And right now, the Yankees have upped their initial offer because they want to ensure that they keep this guy, the man who last season in his 1 year with them hit 41 home runs, was third in MVP voting, has a 989 OPS, a 569 slugging percentage, a 187 OPS plus. The man is just phenomenal, nearly an 8 WAR. The guy is just so good. He fits the New York Yankees so perfectly. He will be the face of the Yankees in a few years when Aaron Judge gets older. So it's just going back to the Yankees seems like a perfect storm for Juan Soto. It's really all about the dollar bills. Now, Heyman mentioned that while the Yankees recently staged calls with other star free agent starters Corbin Burnes and Max Fried, along with several other top available players, one of them being Alex Bregman. Stay tuned for Ugo's video that's going to come out on that soon. They remain almost solely focused on Juan Soto, who had 41. We know the stats, I just said them. Now, no offers were made yet to Burnes or Max Fried, and while the Yankees like both pitchers, it's possible they are merely a part of the Yankees' plan B if they are to lose Juan Soto. And if the Yankees lose Juan Soto, you're not going to be able to replace this with one guy. You're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to replace Juan Soto with a multitude of players to add up to that WAR, get some more hitting, get some more defense to make up for everything that Juan Soto does for the Yankees that causes wins. The New York Yankees need to find a way to get multiple star free agents in order to cushion the blow of losing Soto. Now, there's going to be a group of Yankee fans who won't care. If they lose Soto, they're going to be out of things, and it's just going to be how it goes. And there's really not much else to say on that front. But we do know that the Yankees want to keep him. We know that Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner are doing their thing, trying to keep him. And we know that Scott Boras is doing whatever he can to get Juan Soto as much money as possible. Though, as I made that video earlier today, there's a real chance that what's happening here is that Boris and Soto are using the New York Mets and other teams as a way to drive up the price for Juan Soto to stay with the New York Yankees. Now, Heyman continued, going into saying that Soto is believed to be interested in a 15-year deal, which would take him into his 40s, while a very short deal at a super high annual salary could make some sense since he would still become a free agent in his 20s, since he's only 26 now. Word is out that that doesn't really interest him, especially because he's expected to see opt-outs in any long-term deal. So regardless, if Soto wants to go and make way more money than he'd be making annually on his contract that he signs this summer, he has some opt-outs. The Yankees have offered him some opt-outs. And just another note from Heyman is that the Yankees told Soto they're willing to include these opt-outs as a part of their package to Soto. Although that is unlikely to separate them, as multiple teams are expected to accede to that request, Soto's meeting with the Yankees from a week ago went very well from Soto's standpoint. Now, there's been a bit of skepticism over how aggressively the Yankees would bid, but they are making their intentions pretty clear now, and that is massive for the New York Yankees. That is what they have to go out there and do. If Hal Steinbrenner goes out there and offers the same amount of money to Juan Soto as every other team, Juan Soto is most likely going to stay with the Yankees. Soto liked being a Yankee, and they have that up their sleeve. And essentially, they have to use that because clearly they're interested. And clearly Hal Steinbrenner is willing to shell out the big bucks to get Juan Soto back. And that was the big question. Hal Steinbrenner has been adamant that their payroll is just unsustainable, yet he budged at Aaron Judge. He went out there and got Garrett Cole, and they protected Garrett Cole from even testing free agency this year when he had an opt-out. The New York Yankees have been good about keeping their superstars. They acquired Juan Soto for a whole lot. So they have to go out there and not let this be a one-year rental. Hal Steinbrenner has already said, he's like, I have ears. I hear all this. I've talked about that in the past. Hal Steinbrenner understands what his assignment is. He understands that if he doesn't go out there and get Juan Soto, even if it means that he gets Corbin Burns and Alex Bregman and other free agents, literally he could get a bunch of other top free agents. If he lost Juan Soto, it just feels like the Yankees screwed something up. The Yankees can find ways to cut payroll in other ways, like getting rid of Marcus Stroman and other deals such as that if they'll find a team to take on his money. So there will be ways the Yankees can try to cut salary even if they sign Juan Soto, but they have to go out there and get Soto, and they have to get another defender. I mean, theoretically, they should get some back into the rotation pitcher at the very least. You do have Luis Gil, who looked like a Cy Young early in the season, and now with a full season under his belt, he hopefully will have the sustainability to stay ready to go for a full season after missing a lot of time due to injury. So he kind of lost steam. Hopefully he'll not have that happen again. Meanwhile, Carlos Rodon looks like he's getting back into flow, and Garrett Cole is still as good as ever. So the Yankees do have pitching. They need like one or two. They need a first baseman, which shouldn't be that hard to find, an all-right first baseman. And then they need a middle infielder, and that's it. That's all they need to do. Everything else, they stay that same team that went to the World Series, that was first in the American League. It all predicates on bringing Juan Soto back to the New York Yankees, and it seems like the Yankees are willing to do whatever it takes to bring Soto back. Let me know what you think down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.